Hi, this is John McEnroe. Alongside me today, Pat Cash. Welcome to this outstanding day of tennis.
Thanks, John. Well, looking forward to a good match.
It should be interesting.
Oh, that was pure reflex from that big serve. Clean winner. Oh, the backhand, what a shot! He's made that winner look easy. And game point now.
I'll tell you what I like in that service is some excellent placement with the serves.
Well, it certainly set up a few opportunities for him to thump a ball away for the winner.
You know what I really like? Because these guys hit the ball so hard now. In that game, he mixed up his speeds well. He really kept his opponent guessing. Players today seem like they like to just go for the big aces, and it's great to have a high number of aces, but not if you end up and you look up at the scoreboard and you're losing the match, because a lot of times players can just block the ball back. It's like a pitcher in baseball. You go out there, you throw a really hard fastball, people are going to catch up to it if that's the only pitch you have, so you got to keep mixing it up.
Well, he was in the wrong position for that return. Oh, he's used his strength there for a clean ace. Oh, beautiful return. Just deflected the power of that serve for a winner.
Sure, it's good to handcuff your opponent and maybe not allow him to extend himself off the ground in the ground strokes, but basically when you get out on a court, this is a test of wills and a test of fitness, and you want to see how well your opponent hits on the run and what type of level of fitness he's got.
Crucial is it to get the first break in the set, John?
You know this, Pat. Night before you play a match, you have game plan, especially early on in a match or a set. You want to get that edge and get some momentum in your favor, so that's a big edge.
Well, he's got it all lined up, John. He's serving for the match. Can he pull it out?
It's all about nerves now. You dream about this position, to get to a point where you're serving for the match, but that's often the toughest game to win. That elbow starts hurting a little bit, the legs start getting a little weary and heavy, and it's awful tough to get those first serves in.
Great footwork on that forehand winner. All right, Mac, what's the pros and cons of attacking the net? I know you love this stuff.
Well, I love this. Obviously, you too. But you need to get into net and position yourself well. Arthur Ashe used to tell me, cover the line. Cut off that angle, so if the guy goes cross-court, you can just stick your racket out. Sometimes you need to hit the approach softer to give you more time to give yourself that position. Sometimes you need to try to rip the winner to end the point.
Well, if you're going to do it that way. Clean winner sets up match point. Well, he's finally got there. Match point. Well, he's grabbed the match point and won the semi-final match. He looks like he's hitting top form right when it counts.
The best part, one to go.
One big one.
All the stress, yeah, one big one is true, but all that stress starts.
Hi, I'm Pat Cash, alongside multi-Grand Slam champion John McEnroe, one of the legends of tennis, and we're sitting here waiting for this event to start. Let's get on with it.
Hey, the atmosphere is electric out there. I can't wait for this match to begin.
Oh, a flash of brilliance for a clean winner. So you're hitting balls straight up and down to your opponent. Why should you hit the ball to the side?
It's easier to hit the ball standing there when you know where it's coming than it is when you're on the full run. So you got to test an opponent right away to see what he's capable of hitting the ball on the run. And secondly, what type of fitness level he has. Because let's face it, as the match progresses and you start wearing down, it's tougher to come up with those running, passing shots.
Well, you have to roll a wrist to get that angle on a forehand winner. Well, he really didn't give his opponent any chance, and, well, I don't know what he could have done there anyway. That was just a fantastic all-round game. Well, the forehand quite often is the most dominant shot in the game of tennis. And some of these top players, boy, can they hit a winner from absolutely anywhere. And quick footwork, of course, and a lot of power through the shot is one way that they can get into the correct position to hit the winner. Well, he used his strength for that forehand down the line winner.
The pros and cons of hitting your shots deep. The pros are you give your opponent less time to come up with a pass and less confidence that he'll be able to do something with it. The cons, none.
As easy as you like, he's hit that for a clean winner. He's in real trouble now. His opponent's going to attack this serve. Well, that'll give him some confidence winning that game.
Hey, excellent break of serve. The player's looking to hold serve, consolidate the break, and really take charge here in this match.
Oh, that was total reflex after that power serve. Clean winner. from nowhere on that forehand. He's had a flash of brilliance, hit that for a clean winner. It was a great finish there. Beautiful volley, punched it firmly. Absolutely nothing his opponent could do about that. Telescopic arms or something to get that one back. And finally, he's got set point. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think he can come back from that. It's, that annihilation on that set. Any chance, you think?
Well, listen, it's one set, so you still got time to pull it back together, but that's not exactly going to build your confidence. So it's key here that he get off to a quick start in the second set, or else this could be over in a hurry.
Oh, he's out of position there on that serve. Well, he waited nicely for the short ball there. That's good tactics, and then cracked the winner. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Hit that to perfection. Well, that's very clever tactics. Maneuvering the opponent out of position, setting up the open court, and then the winner. The first serve is crucial here on this break point. Well, that's a good effort moving ahead in this set now.
Now you need to step it up here, really take control. If you can get another break here.
Oh, it's all over, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. All right, the player is looking to consolidate on serve after breaking their opponent. If he can get the service hold here, he can really take control of this match.
Well, usually you see the winners right on the lines, the sidelines, but in that case, straight down the middle. Oh, against the run of play. He's hit a brilliant winner there.
40-15.
Game point now. Well, he's consolidated the break. He's up by 2 games now. If he can hold on, of course, he will grab this set.
Remember today, there's different types of hard court surfaces. There's some that are more forgiving, that will a little more give so that your body doesn't take the beating it normally does. There's other courts where there's extra granules of a clay, perhaps, or particles that will thicken the court and make it a little slower. So if you layer on a couple extra layers of paint as well, the court's going to slow up and bounce higher, so you have to make that adjustment.
Out of nowhere, he hit a clean winner. Walked across and thumped that one down the line at lightning speeds. Well, what a way to set up match point. To hit a winner there, it's certainly going to give him a lot of confidence. Well, it's hard to stay focused on this match point. Pressure? What pressure? A winner on match point.
Here it again, match point. I mean, this is where you can say to yourself, I've stood tall.
Well, it's all over. He's won the Australian Open down under. What a fantastic performance.
You know, it's always unpredictable, the Australian, Pat. You know this better than I do even. They used to have the tournament in December. Now they moved it to January. So you have a couple months in between the majors, and sometimes you have a few months off. You're training a lot, but you're a little bit unsure of how you're going to turn up there and how well you're going to play. So it's really satisfying to be able to get through that first major of the year
Well, we're up here in the commentating booth. I'm Pat Cash with my old mate John McEnroe. I think it's going to be a good match today.
Pat, good to see you, first of all, but this is going to be exciting.
Mate, I'm looking forward to this. Oh, winner off the return. Don't see that every day. Well, again, a thumping forehand into the backhand corner. All right, John, discuss the pros and cons of hitting your shots deep.
Well, there's not too many cons, first of all. I mean, perhaps you won't be in position to volley if you're moving into net because players hit it so fast. So maybe there's a con there. But when you hit good depth, it gives your opponent less time and he's feeling more pressure that he's going to come up with something special. Highly recommended to hit with depth.
Oh, he's got lots of power. What a cross-court forehand winner.
Obviously, there's a need to make your opponent get on the move and to challenge their fitness level, right, Pat?
Well, absolutely. You've got to make your opponent move. You've got to test out their strengths and their weaknesses. You've got to see how quick they are, see if they can, what their agility is like. And it's the only way, really, to get to the weakness is to find one of the strengths and then hit it back the other side. And we're starting up yet again. Well, that's just classic tennis. A long rally, manoeuvring his opponent all over the place, finishing it up with a classic winner. Well, that is just classic tennis. Really just opening up the court very nicely, waiting for the opportunity, being patient, and then the winner. Full body weight through that forehand for a winner. Well, that's just classic tennis. Beautiful play, long rally, set up, and finished off with the winner. Oh, what a backhand winner! There's got to be an accurate serve here. Well, he looked out in that game, didn't he?
It just shows you never know. 4 points in a row there. That's impressive. It's not easy in the men's game. All right, the players looking to hold serve here, consolidate that break, and really take charge here in this match.
He set the point up beautifully there, manoeuvring his opponent all over the court, setting up for the winner.
A good clay court strategy also is to pull your opponent off the court with a short angle ball, followed by a two-fisted backhand and rip it up the line.
well there. That's very clever tactics. He's manoeuvred his opponent all over the place, set up the winner. Well, couldn't ask for more, really. Nice, easy service game. Back at the start of the game. Great footwork, great angle for a cross-court winner.
All right, you got a player love 30 down right now. You got to get a first serve in here, right? You're desperate for a free point.
Yeah, you got to. It's well, you know, and next point, of course, love 40 here in real trouble. So looking for a big first serve here and get a quick point. Well, these two guys, boy, can they play. Power all the way, finishing it off with something even bigger. Shots from his opponent, but he's got the break.
Well, he did a couple of good things there. That's well done.
Well, the forehand, generally speaking, is the stronger side. You can get a little bit more power out of that one. And to see a player skip around, ready to smack that forehand, well, it puts the opponent on the back foot. It's a winner. What a great ground stroke. Well, finishing up with a blistering winner after all those power shots. Fantastic. He thumped that shot for a clean winner.
And game point now.
possibly want. A great service game, great rhythm, and an easy hold. And they're about to start this game. Oh, a solid ground straight for a winner.
Well, players down love 30, Captain. What do you do now? You try to just go for even more, take something off it, stay back? Do you switch gears that fast?
Well, you think the first couple of points have been a bit rusty, so I think he's got to be hoping that, gets a bit of rhythm here. Maybe not go for something too crazy. Just try and get a good solid point and hope that the opponent misses. What an awesome backhand he's hit. Well, here we are. He's got set point. Well, back up to 6
Well, see, that's why I like to serve first. You get off that quick service game of break a serve, quick hold, 5 minutes is played, 10 minutes at the most. You're up 3 love. The guy's feeling the pressure there. One other break, the set's over in 20 minutes or less. That's a dominating performance.
Generated heat from nowhere on that forehand winner. Might be something else. What a backhand down the line. Oh, that was pure reflex from that big serve. Clean winner. Well, it's a good effort to hold serve there, John.
Here's what I like. That was some good, aggressive play. Good to see that. You also got what you see a lot, Pat, is this 1-2 punch in the game now. They got the big serve. They followed up with those huge forehands.
A massive forehands with massive spin these days. Well, the clay court, of course, is a completely different service altogether. A lot of special, almost specialty players are on the clay court.
If you're in a boxing match, there's a guy comes out who's looking to knock you out. Well, he's the puncher. There's another guy who's the clay court player that says content to wait for you to make the first move and believes that he's quick enough, strong enough, or has good enough passing shots to deal with whatever you do and do something better. That's the counter puncher.
A winner from well back in the court. Boy, are these guys having a whack at the ball. That is absolutely brilliant stuff. The serve is absolutely crucial. Well, that's a great break to serve there. Fantastic tennis.
He looks like he's seeing the serve really well right now, and that's hard to do. These guys serve bigger than ever, so your hand-eye must be fantastic if you're going to get breaks like you just saw there. That's well done. Okay, the player is looking for a strong service game here to consolidate the break and really take control of this match.
Oh, how did that back-end winner happen? That was from nowhere. What he's renowned for. Big backhand.
Game point now.
As we saw in that game, he uses his legs quite well, uses the knees to thrust up to the ball, and it's just very impressive.
Well, he's about to serve at the start of the game. Oh, he's used his strength there to serve that one for a clean winner. How did he get that angle on that winner? It just doesn't get any better than that. I think he's going to attack this serve. Double break point. Well, in the end, that was a real epic game. Not surprising he broke serve with some great returning.
That's for sure. That's a good break.
And we're off again. Oh, lovely timing. A beautiful, clean winner. Well, clever tactics. I mean, you're always thinking about how you can get your opponent out of position. In that case, it was done very well and finished off with a big winner. rally we love to see. Lots of patience, setting it up, and then finishing off with a winner. And game point now.
I'll tell you why I like that game. It was some good aggressive play.
Absolutely. That was great play. We'd like to see a bit more of that. Well, he really has to start building something. Just to get a service game, I think, will make a big difference. Oh, he's hit a winner off the cross-court forehand. Well, he waited nicely for the short ball there. That's good tactics, and then cracked the winner. Well, that's what we love, a long rally, and if you've got a powerful shot to finish it off, boom, away it goes. Well, here's a chance to grab the set. Set point. Well, 2 sets to love. You know what? It's not the end of the game. Still going to have to be focused here, and it's amazing how often matches turn around if you don't focus right from the word go in the final set. Oh, lovely winner off the return. He's really smacking it now. Well, again, that thumping forehand into the backhand corner. Well, he's unbelievable. That's a backhand winner. Game point now.
Pat, what about you? I always like to serve first. It's a good hold.
Yeah, that was a good hold. He hung on there well. It was a bit of a tussle, though. You know, he's in good control at the moment. And then we're underway again. Oh, to hit a backhand winner off that is not easy at all. Oh, on the run, snap forehand down the line. Well, this is a big break point. Well, that'll give him confidence getting the first break in the set.
I'll tell you, it's frustrating. You hit a big serve, and next thing you know, you lose the game and the break of serve. You start to second guess yourself. So that's a big break right there. The player's looking to hold serve, consolidate the break, and really take charge here in this match.
One of his best shots of the day, a backhand down the line winner. Full power on that forehand. He's hit a lovely shot for a clean winner. Well, he leads by 3 games in this set. Looks pretty comfortable so far.
I'll tell you, that's why I'd like to serve first when I start out a match. You get the serve, you get a quick game under your belt. If you can get that break there, 5-10 minutes into the match, you're changing sides, sitting down for the first time, you look up, it's already a 3-game lead.
On footing his opponent. And that's where he's unbelievably strong. I mean, from that position, to be able to hit a clean winner just shows how strong he really is. Well, he tried to sneak in, but he was ready for it. He knew exactly what was going on. Just cracked it down the middle. Well, he's crushed that one for a clean winner. Well, he's got nothing to lose. He's got double break point. Well, that'll give him some confidence winning that game.
Hey, excellent break of serve.
Well, we're back underway here. Oh, a powerful winner from the baseline. Oh, the backhand, what a shot! Oh, from nowhere, cross-court forehand winner. And game point now. Well, he had some good points there and certainly made the difference to hold on.
He also put some nice pressure on his opponent. What about you? Did you like to serve first or return?
They got to serve first. You've got to serve volley, you got to serve first. Well, he's in big trouble in this set. I mean, he really does have to just concentrate on the very first point of this service game. Oh, he's got a great forehand, down the line, clean winner. Well, he's full of confidence now, hitting a clean winner, setting up match point. Well, he's finally got there, match point. Well, there it is. Grab the first round. It's always nice to get the first one in the bag, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, you're feeling the pressure. You're expecting to do well. And this first round match can be tricky. So you want to get this one out of the way. Oftentimes, it's a lot tougher than you think. There's a lot of hungry players out there looking for the big upset. So this is good to get through this first round match.
Well, there was some heat. There was some controversy there.
You